Before we jump into this, Los Angeles Chargers, Dolphin Nation, thanks you. Not only did you beat the Raiders, which, if you're following me on Twitter, that game was a hot mess, but you also helped the Texans get a higher draft pick. We appreciate you. What is up, Finn fans? Week 15, taking on those New England Patriots. I got my guy, Patriot Global, here today. We recorded this last night. We'll jump into that. Then we'll go into the injury report, the 5 things, and then I'll give you guys my prediction of what I think is going to happen with the Dolphins taking on this New England Patriots team. But first and foremost, Patch Vibes. You know I got to shout them out every time. They got some very, very good merchandise over there. T-shirts, pins, patches. Be sure to go over, grab yourself some. Use the promo code DDW, get 20% off. Also, if you want to grab yourself some DDW merch, I got hoodies, t-shirts, all linked below. Actually, right below this video, I think you'll see images of it. Other than that, let's get to that conversation with Patriot Global and see how he feels about his Patriots going against this Miami Dolphins team. Got my guy, Patriot Global, back here. Haven't talked to you in 14 weeks was the last time. Well, I've talked to him between that, but we haven't done this in about 14 weeks. How are you doing in the past 14 weeks?
You know, Doug, I'm up and down. You know, as a Patriots fan, I'm not used to this feeling. You know, is this what it's like to be a Miami Dolphins fan? Like over the course of the past, like how long? Like I don't know what this feels like. I've never been in this territory before. I'm not used to not going to the playoffs. I'm not used to not winning the division. And that sounds just like so spoiled. But as Patriots fans, we've been spoiled for the past few decades. Like we just don't know how to be in this territory. I mean, look, if you're in the 1900s, you're born back then, okay, you probably understand. But for someone like me who's 19, I'm not used to this. I'm only used to Tom Brady. This feels weird. I've never seen such an inconsistent Patriots team ever in the Bill Belichick era. So feeling like this, I'm like, huh. So this is what the rest of the East feels like. Wow, it's tough. I literally gained so much respect for like all of you. I gained so much respect, especially for Ian over at Jet Central, to not win a single game. Dear God, I would be flipping my table each week.
Yeah.
I could not deal with it because there's times already where I'm just like flipping my table. I'm like, what is this play call? What is this crap? What are you guys doing?
He's taking it like a champ too. But you guys have still somewhat of a chance. You're technically you're still in the hunt.
We're in the hunt,
like 5,000 things to happen. So are you looking at the last 3 games? How are you as a Patriot fan? Like you said, this is the first time for you. How are you as a Patriot fan looking at the last 3 games of the season?
And honestly, I'm at the point where I wouldn't mind if the Patriots win or lose the rest of these games. Because you know what? If they win the rest of these games, then we're seeing some positive things from the team going forward. And the other positive thing is like, hey, if we can kind of knock around the Dolphins, if we can knock around the Bills a little bit in the playoffs, like you guys did to us last year, I wouldn't mind it. I'd be like, okay, you know what? Now you know what? The tables have turned a little bit. But at the same time, you know, you do want to win, but at the same time, you know, you're looking towards rebuilding at this point.
Yeah.
This team going forward, they have to do something in the postseason. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to. If I'm going to be real with you, I was looking forward to the 2021 postseason all the way back last offseason. So I've been waiting for this moment for ages. The Patriots have nothing but draft capital. They are top 3 in cap space. We don't know exactly how that's going to pan out yet because we don't know the exact number of, you know, the cap space is going to be in the NFL this year. So it's kind of wonky, but either way, Patriots will be top 3. They're going to have a lot of spending money to work with. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this team to make big moves this offseason. And I think 2021, they're going to come back and be a much stronger team. 2020 was a fluke. I think Belichick just kind of took back and just went, you know what? I've sold out for how many years? I've won how many Super Bowls within how many years? you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. 2020 is going to be what it is. It's already going to be effed up because of, the virus going around. So I'm going to bite the bullet. He took on the cap hit for all one season. The Patriots had more dead money than regular money. They just couldn't do anything.
No.
The odds were against the Patriots. And the fact that this team, even did as well as they did, I think in a lot of cases, if teams were in the position the Patriots were in, they would have been in a much worse standing. The fact that this team is still in the range of being able to win, let's say 8, 9, 7 games, that's still not a bad season. So, you know what? It is what it is. I'm happy with this team. But honestly, put us in a good place where we can just build for the future.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing, that's what you have to do. You have to try to get good draft capital. You have to try to get high draft capital, whether you're going to stand there, whether you're going to move back. Higher draft capital, you're able to pick better players, or you're able to just go back, but acquire much better draft capital from other teams. So honestly, that's what I'm looking forward to, is just this team building at this point.
Yeah.
Games, we'll see some of these other guys come in. You know what I'm saying? Because this team's not going to make the playoffs, but Belichick, 2% chance. There's still a chance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Belichick's still going to do everything he possibly can to get in there. Until they're mathematically out, Belichick is not going to just let it go. But I want to see some of these younger guys at this point. I know there's not a chance. I think we all know at this point there's not a chance. Let's see some of these younger guys. I actually really want to see Jarrett Stidham in a game. I love Cam Newton, but I would like to see Jarrett Stidham in a game. Let's see what he has. Let's see some of these younger guys. Let's see these rookies getting in. Let's see what they can do. And honestly, at this point, let's treat these 3 games as a damn preseason.
Yeah.
I think that's the best case here. Treat this as a preseason. Go into the offseason. Hopefully we'll have a better offseason for the NFL as a whole this year. Hopefully we'll have a preseason next year, and just be ahead of the game. Use this as a preseason. See what you have, because you're not going anywhere into the playoffs or the Super Bowl. Let's just be real.
Yeah. And looking at the, like I said, we haven't seen you guys. We haven't played since week 1. Looking at the team now, do you see it differently? Like, do you see like this Dolphin team as because I don't remember, but I think week 1 you were like, yeah, we're going to win. You thought it was going to be a fight, but do you see like, wow, this Dolphin team evolved into something I didn't expect it to? And do you see this game going completely different than it did the first time?
So week 1, I thought we were going to win, just because, you know what, it's week 1. I think the question was more about better coaching at that point, just because the Patriots and the Dolphins, like I said, week 1, flashback here, but it's all about new players coming in. It's all about young players developing. There was just so much new guys within each of these franchises. And I think it came down to coaching. I think ultimately that's what it came down to. And the Patriots came out with a win. But look, I've been saying even from the off season, and I was getting blasted by people, which I'm kind of sitting back and laughing now, just looking at how well the Dolphins are doing. But I've always said, like, this is a good Dolphins team. You have a top defense. And at the time, people laughed at me for it. But you are ranked number 2 right now in total defense. It's not a joke. What your defense is not a joke. You look at the corners you have. You have Xavier Howard. You have Byron Jones. I know your linebacker core because they were my linebacking. So, look, I get it. I know what you guys are capable of, which is why I've been saying this. For me, it's always been about time. You guys were not going to get it figured out week 1. You didn't have a preseason, didn't have an off season. None of us did. So it was just unlogical for you guys to have it together by then. I knew that as each game went on, you guys were going to get it together. And I don't remember if I told you this during our last meetup, but I actually predicted that Tua was going to be the starting quarterback by the next time you played the Patriots.
Oh, wow.
And that's actually what happened. Funny how things work out, but I'm excited to see how it goes. But your team, they've evolved tremendously. Again, a top-tier defense. Your offense has gotten it going. I think it struggled, maybe a little bit of inconsistencies here and there. I think you're still ranked at, what was it, 22 in offense right now, I think I saw. Yeah, so you guys are still struggling a little bit on offense, but you're also getting it going. What do I see ultimately happening this time? Believe it or not, you're going to call me crazy, and I cannot wait to read these comments. But I'm still going to give this one to the Patriots. I'm thinking that God will just rain down and give us this one gift. Break the damn curse. Let us just win out against the Miami Dolphins this year. You guys are a better team than us this year. You guys will probably make the playoffs this year. We will not. So just give us this little treat. But the big reason that I'm going to go with this one is just because if you have Tua starting, Belichick is just a genius when it comes to these rookie quarterbacks. Belichick does not lose against rookie quarterbacks. I mean, look at the Chargers. That Chargers offense, Justin Herbert, I think Justin Herbert is a true candidate for rookie of the year. Or offensive rookie of the year. I truly do. I think that he's played lights out. He has a really great future. And that offense just in general is a really good Chargers offense, and they held them to 0 points. He had 2 interceptions. So if he can make Herbert look like that, of course, you do have Brian Flores who knows the Patriots more, but I do still think Belichick is going to be able to mess with Tua's mind more than, other teams are going to be able to do. Now, if they start Ryan Fitzpatrick for some reason, then it's a different story. But if you guys are going to start Tua, I just have to roll with history on this one, and I'm just thinking that the Patriots will have to roll out with this one. But I think it's going to be a much different matchup. You're playing in Miami. Again, you guys have evolved tremendously. It's going to be a great game, and I think that you guys also I don't know if you guys have to win out or whatever, but I know if you guys lose some games, it's gonna mess with you. It's gonna mess with you a bit.
Yeah, if the Dolphins win out, they're in. But so the Raven fans are going to be rooting for the Patriots hard on Sunday. If the Dolphins lose out, they're done. If they lose 2, there's still a chance. They need 1 or 2 teams to lose 1 or 2 games. But yeah, it just would help if the Dolphins won out. It also would help.
Super mathematical.
Yeah, it would also help if the Patriots beat the Bills next week. But that's next week.
We're crossing our fingers. I need to get that revenge on Dan.
Right.
I'm still after that Cam Newton fumble. I still see it in my nightmares, Doug. I still see it in my nightmares.
All Dolphins fans do too. Because I think it was at that point we were game behind the Bills.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's going. And then he fumbled. And I was like, you were there, man. You were there to kick the field goal.
We should have had that game. And you know what? Ultimately, it is what it is. We don't have it, but I'm seeking that revenge. And I think Cam Newton will seek that revenge.
Yeah, if you guys would have won that, your whole season would be different right now, because the Dolphins and the Bills and the Dolphins would be tied. And then you guys would only be a game behind.
Yeah. I mean,
you're 2 behind now.
Doug, that has been literally the motto of this season is you should have won that game. The motto of this season is not the Patriots are untalented. I mean, they are. They don't have a lot of talent. They have a lot of young talent. You can see the deficits of not having any money to spend. But the motto of the season has been, the Patriots are beating themselves. These teams are not beating the Patriots. The Patriots, they're beating themselves. They're shooting themselves in the leg. Even last week against the Rams, the Patriots could have won that game. That was a winnable game. The Patriots shot themselves in the leg. But you look at the Bills game, Patriots shot themselves in the leg. Broncos game, Chiefs game. All these games, the Patriots were this close to winning, but they shot themselves in the leg. It's the Patriots' fault. I mean, again, you're talking about 1 play differences, 1 play. And this is an entirely different team that we're looking at, an entirely different scenario. We're talking about this team going to the playoffs. But you know what? Like they say, football is a game of inches. And because of that, that's just the difference between the Patriots now going to be home in July and not playing on the field.
And it's crazy. Now, my last question I'm going to ask you before we get out of here. Would you have preferred the Dolphins to have won the division, or are you okay with the Bills winning the division?
That's tough. I mean, look, obviously, as a team who is trying to defeat you guys, obviously in the same conference and whatnot, you always wish that you're going to be on top. But this wasn't the Patriots season. And look, I'm going to be real with you. I thought the Patriots were going to finish second. The Patriots will not be finishing second. The Patriots will finish third in the division, which feels weird because usually if the Patriots aren't first, they're second. But again, you guys have played tremendously. Honestly, I kind of do feel like I wish you guys won the division in some sense, just because there was so much hype around the Bills. It would have been a nice little treat to just be like, oh, That didn't work out for you guys. The Dolphins just came in and they swooped everybody. I think that would have been like a nice story, like the underdog story, especially because you guys have so many Patriots on that team.
Mm.
You know, I still got to show my ex-guys some love there. So, I mean, I would definitely root for you guys to win the division. I love Dan and all, but, you know, some of those Bills fans can be a little crazy. You know, they were talking about going undefeated, winning the Super Bowl and whatnot. Some crazy times. I mean, they were even saying that they were going to beat the Patriots twice. And again, the Patriots should have beat them a couple of weeks ago and they didn't. So, but I would have preferred you guys to win. You're what, 2 games behind them, you said?
Yeah, unfortunately. They would need to completely lose out for the Dolphins to win the division. Meaning, you know, you guys beat them. The Broncos beat them this week. You guys beat them next week. And then we beat them week 17. So that week 17 game would be for the division. And then the Dolphins would take it. But if they beat the Broncos, that's it. They clinch the division. So,
and you know what? I feel like that besides the Broncos game, I feel like that's so reasonable. Like I feel like the Patriots could beat them. I feel like you guys could beat them, but I just don't know if the Broncos have it in them. They're just so inconsistent. I think that like it will not surprise me if the Broncos lose to them. But then we beat them and you guys beat them. And now it's like, oh, of course, it's the freaking Broncos lost.
Freaking one game.
Of course, right?
One game.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's to happen.
But thank you so much for coming on. This won't be the last time. I said this to Ian. I'm going to say it to Dan too. When the offseason comes, we're going to do a whole mock draft where we're all going to pick our teams and stuff. But where can my guys find you besides on Patriot Global on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so like you said, if you guys do want to, find more Patriots videos related, I'm going to be doing some mock drafts and just all this good stuff for the offseason. At this point, you guys are not focused on the offseason. I'm focused on the offseason. So if you want to get some fun offseason videos, you can come to my channel at Patriots Global. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is patriots.global. And if you want to follow me tweet-wise on Twitter, I tweet a lot about just NFL moves in general and just kind of during the game updates. You can follow me on Twitter at Patriots Global and the number 2, no spaces, anything like that. And of course, if you want to read some articles or just find more about me online, go ahead and check out Fan to Fan Network.
Yes, sir. That's where I met Patriot Global, Ian from Jet Central, and Dan Mitchell on Fan to Fan Network. But they all know about that. I always say that crap at the end of the video. But Bud, thank you so much for stopping by.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
It's a blast to have Patriot Global on here. Oh, it's always a blast to have all of the AFC East guys. Dan Mitchell, he'll be on here at the last week of the season. Ian from Jet Central. Guys are a blast. Like I said, I'm going to have them on in the offseason, do some more cool things together, try to do some mock drafts, all that cool stuff. But let's talk about this game. First and foremost, I don't know if you guys know this. The Dolphins are wearing their throwbacks. This is the last game they'll be wearing their throwbacks. They wore them against the Chargers, Chiefs, and now they're going to be wearing them against the Patriots. Throwbacks again this week, so we can all enjoy that. Let's jump into the injury report. I don't know what I was doing with my brain. Again, me recording this, I want to get it out to you sooner than later, but I also try to wait for the full injury report so I could see Friday's participation and who's in, out, all that stuff. But unfortunately, it takes too long, so I just go by what Brian Flores says. So when you see the pop up, it says Thursday instead of Friday, but I'll let you guys know. So looking at the injury report, I will tell you this, everyone practiced today. It was a thing of beauty. Everyone practiced today. You can even see limited there. You see Antonio Callaway did not practice on Thursday, but today on Friday, everyone practiced from Gesicki, Parker, Grant, McCain, Van Noy, Roberts, and Flowers. They all practiced today. It's a thing of beauty, especially Gesicki practicing. And Gesicki, Parker, and Grant are questionable, but I'm hoping they are good to go. This is a very important time of the year, especially for teams that want to make the playoffs. So, again, looking at the injury report, it's going to be quick. How do you do? Everyone practiced today, and we have 3 questionables. I'm hoping they practice. We will probably find out come game time. They'll probably go out there, do their stretches, their warm-ups, see how they're feeling, and then we'll know if they're practicing or not. Now, let's jump into the 5 things that the Miami Dolphins need to do to beat this New England Patriots team. Now, again, there's no specific order, but looking at this team, I came up with, to me, some good 5 ones, if that makes any sense. I always tell you guys to comment below if you have anything better. But the number one thing from me, and again, it's not number 1 as the most important, it's just number 1 on the list, we got to contain Cam Newton. Now, a lot of you guys were tweeting me yesterday saying you're worried about playing Marcus Mariota instead of Derek Carr because of mobility and how Dolphins do against mobile quarterbacks. But I don't think Cam is as mobile as the other guys we faced in Kyler Murray and Josh Allen, heck, even Russell Wilson. So you keep him in the pocket, you make him throw, and I think he's going to have a hard day, especially with Agba Lawrence, our guys coming after him, especially with Xavier Howard playing as well as he is, Byron Jones being in there, Nick Needham's actually starting to come into his all. We got Eric Rowe there to shut down their tight end, and Bobby McCain laying the wood. Keep him in the pocket. Don't let him scurry around. And I think it's going to be a long day for them. But also we have Jerome Baker, who had a big game last week, sacking Patrick Mahomes for 30 yards. Hello. So, I think that they will come and they'll make a game plan to contain Cam Newton in that pocket, get pressure on him, make him have a long day. The number 2 thing that the Dolphins need to do, and I say this every week, and it's been so long since we've done this, but we need to run the ball. The New England Patriots run defense isn't very good. It's 23rd ranked. It's not very good. Run the ball. Please. It's been a while since we've had a 100-yard rusher. We haven't had one all this year. We haven't had one all last year. It's Kalen Ballage. It's the last 100-yard rusher we had, and that's only because he broke off a 75-yard touchdown run against the Minnesota Vikings. We need to run the ball. We need to be consistent. It helps to elongate the game for the offense. It lets the defense rest. It keeps their offense on the sideline. And essentially, we go up by 14. Say we get a defensive turnover, 18 consecutive games. Say we get the ball and we just churn the clock, run the ball, play action, roll Tua out, do all these trickeration, all these things. We control the clock, we control the game, we win the game. Run the ball. It's very important. The number 3 thing. Now, I don't care how badly New England played against the Rams. I don't care how badly they played against the Texans. I don't care how they choked that game against the Bills. Patriots are still the Patriots. They still have Bill Belichick as their head coach, and they're still a team you need to take seriously. And I know I got Patriot fans watching this, and I hope they can respect me for saying that because, like I said, it doesn't matter that they're 2 games behind the Dolphins right now. You got to take them seriously. And that being said, you can't give them extra time with the ball. You can't give Cam extra time to try to either come back in the game or take a lead or extend the lead or however the game is going at that time. So the Miami Dolphins need to have no mistakes. Please, no mistakes. No fumbles, no interceptions, no bad plays. It's 3rd and 1. Don't have a false start. It's 3rd and 5 or 2nd and 5. We break off a big run, potential touchdown run. Don't have a holding call. It's 3rd and 1 for the Dolphins defense. We get a big stop. Don't have a hold on the defense. Don't have pass interference. No mistakes. Clean game, especially against this Patriots team. You're home. Have a clean game in that one. The number 4 thing the Miami Dolphins need to do to beat this New England Patriots team, replicate that run defense we had. The Chiefs didn't really run much on us. Yeah, they threw a good amount, but that's when Bobby McCain got injured. Even the Bengals didn't run that much. Zach Seiler, Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, those guys up in the middle are helping replicate that. The Patriots have a pretty good run offense. And like I said, with Cam, you kind of have to figure out who we're going to stop. In week 1, we had a hard time stopping the run, and they kind of just did whatever they wanted on us. Replicate that run defense we've been seeing the past couple weeks. Stop the run. Make them one-dimensional so then we can pin our ears back, get after Cam, make him uncomfortable, win the turnover battle, win that time of possession, and win the game. So replicate that run defense. And the number 5 thing the Miami Dolphins need to do, and all I have written down is help out. Help out. However you can. The ball hits you in the hands, you catch it. Make the right reads. Again, there's the wide receivers dropping the ball, but then sometimes Tua makes the wrong reads. He's still a rookie. I say this for Justin Herbert. We saw Justin Herbert yesterday. He could have had a touchdown pass. He underthrew it. There's a few reads. But help out. If you're on defense, you're on offense, you're a lineman, you're a running back, hit the right lane. Like I said, help out. That ball hits you in the hands. If you're on offense or defense, catch it. Interception or first down, potential touchdown, keeping the ball moving. Help out. Do not make the dumb mistakes, which coincides with number 3, but also help Tua out. Block a little bit more. Give him a little bit more time for the routes to develop so he can throw the deep passes, so he can make the plays that people think he's being limited. Help out. But that being said, those are the 5 things that the Miami Dolphins need to do to beat this New England Patriots team. This game is a weird one for me, right? There's some things that we should talk about, right? The Miami Dolphins, sitting at 8-5, are 2 games better than the New England Patriots. And so I was like, wow. When was the last time the New England Patriots faced the Dolphins and the Dolphins had a better record by 2 games? So I was going through the history books, looking, doing my research. October 7th of 2001, the New England Patriots were 1-3, heading to Miami to take on the 3-1 Miami Dolphins. That was the last time that the Patriots played the Dolphins and had a 2-game or worse deficit in their records. 19 years ago. So New England's coming to Miami with 2 games, 3 games out of first place, and it's been a while. It's been a long time, and the Dolphins need to really take advantage of that. Enjoy it, but take advantage of it. The other thing is rookies versus Bill Belichick. Tua Tagovailoa isn't starting. He's going to be playing against Bill Belichick. A lot of people are worried about that. A lot of people think, Bill Belichick, he does really well against rookies. He's got a 19-5 record against rookie starting quarterbacks. It's a really good record. Having Brian Flores as a head coach, he could definitely duplicate that defense and show Tua what he can expect from Bill Belichick. Because if you look at the 5 quarterbacks that beat Bill Belichick is what I was going to say. I'm not even going to cut that out. You guys can hear me sound like an idiot. Bill Belichick, if you guys can, those 5 quarterbacks, you'd be surprised. Geno Smith, Mark Sanchez, Colt McCoy. Yeah, and then there's Russell Wilson and Ben Roethlisberger. But Geno Smith, Mark Sanchez, and Colt McCoy. A lot of people are looking at this game saying, I don't know about the Dolphins. Bill Belichick does really good against rookie quarterbacks. Geno Smith, Mark Sanchez, Colt McCoy. I don't know. I think he might be 19-6 against rookie quarterbacks with Tua Tagovailoa being on that record book. But this team is completely different from the team that the Patriots faced week 1. Defense is more gelled. The offense it needs some work, but Tua's making plays that we haven't even seen against the Broncos, against the Rams, against the Chargers. He's making more plays. Look at the yardage he's putting up. He's into his groove. He's getting comfortable playing. This is a completely different team than they played, right? Also, the referee crew is the same referee crew from the Miami Miracle 2 years ago. I honestly think that the Dolphins, not only do they need to win this game, I think they'll win this game. They need to beat the Patriots. They need to beat the Raiders. These next 2 games are pivotal to going into Week 17. They win these next 2 games, and it's just against the Bills. Maybe the Bills falter. Maybe the Bills lose to Denver. Maybe the Patriots are like, hey, we'll help you guys out. That Cam Newton fumble really chapping my ass, so we need to beat the Bills. And all of a sudden, Week 17 is for the division. It's possible. We're going to be rooting against that. We're going to be rooting for Denver. We're going to be rooting for the Patriots next week against the Bills. It is possible. Week 17 is for the division. Be a huge pivotal matchup. But I do think the Dolphins are going to win this game. I think the Dolphins win their throwbacks at home with so much on the line. Going into this season, and I'll talk about this at the end of the year, whenever that is, with my year in review, but who would have thought going into this season, going into December, we'd be playing playoff football? We'd be playing that not even to try to get in, but to keep our seat in the playoffs. No one would have thought. And I even said that at the beginning of the year. I don't care how. I just want November and December to be meaningful football, and it is. We control our destiny. Who would have thought that coming into the year? It's a very, very exciting thing, and I'm super, super excited about that. Meaningful football, guys. But yes, I do think the Miami Dolphins are going to win this one. Be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What are 5 things you think that the Dolphins should do? And Patriot fans. I know I got some Patriot fan watching. What do you guys think that you guys need to do to beat this Dolphin team? And you could say nothing because you guys suck, but apparently we have a better record than you, and our defense is better than yours, and Xavier Howard has 9 interceptions, and Devontae Parker is Stephen Gilmore's daddy. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to get you guys a comment of the day. This comment comes from Joel. It's a very, very, very good comment. And he says, comment of the day. What is your biggest concern on our team if we went to the playoffs? Run game, rookie back, O-line, etc. Very good question. Run game and O-line are going to be coincide. I know you mean O-line by like pass blocking and run blocking, but I take run game and O-line and mash them in. I think the defense will do well in the playoffs. I think that now we're starting to get a little bit better at the run defense. I think our defense will do good in the playoffs, but you need to run the ball in the playoffs if you want to be successful at all. Look at the Titans. Derrick Henry was going off like a mug last year. Then all of a sudden, they faced a team that shut down Derrick Henry and the Chiefs, and they got eliminated. Running in the playoffs is pivotal to being successful in the playoffs. So the run game to me is the most important. It helps the rookie quarterback out in getting the play action, having time to read because they're trying to focus on the run game. Next year is something that the Dolphins really should focus on. I have a ton of video ideas for the offseason when it comes to woulda, coulda, shouldas, and all that stuff. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit the like button, all that good stuff. But yeah, definitely run game. But that's the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, like usual, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out Fanatics Network, a very, very good site and YouTube channel I'm partnered with. Be sure to go over, check them out. Fan to Fan Network, another site that I am partnered with. I have Jason Sarney with me. We both are over there, the Miami Dolphin ambassadors. So be sure to go over, check that out. I will see you guys Sunday, 1 p.m. here with the dry erase board here. You know that dry erase board is very important to us. But I'll see you guys Sunday at 1 o'clock. Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. Need this win. And it would be nice for more help from other teams. Let's go Giants. I don't remember the other teams that need to win for us, but let's go Giants. And I'll see you guys Sunday. But like usual, stay classy. My fins up.